Commissioners, broadcast exclusively on your Lorain County Community College education station. The Lorain County Commissioners cordially invite you to see the meetings live and in person every Thursday morning. The meetings are located in the Lorain County Administration Building, located at 226 Middle Avenue in downtown Elyria. The meetings start at 9:30 a.m. on most weeks. Now, enjoy the meeting.
Last night I attended the graduation ceremonies for the 16th annual Lorain County Leadership Class. There are approximately 34 individuals in this class, and at the beginning of the year they each gave a thought, and I read these last night, and I thought that Nancy Sullivan, who was sponsored by Tiffin University, the Lorain Degree Center, had some rather interesting remarks, so I'd like to read her quote. She said, "There are two choices for our words and deeds, to make life harder or better for others. Choose to make it better." Madam Clerk?
Okay, under resolutions, I need a motion to approve the Job and Family Services bills for payment.
So moved. Second?
Discussion. Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mrs. Bassey?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Investments?
So moved. Second?
Discussion. Mrs. Bassey?
Aye.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Appropriations?
So moved. Second?
Discussion. Mrs. Bassey?
Aye.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Transfers?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Mrs. Bassey?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
There are no advances today. Requisitions?
So moved. Second?
Discussion.
Yes.
Yes.
Jim,
Go
I
ahead.
would ask that you talk with the sheriff in regards to 1260, because I think that could be done in-house.
What is the subject on that, Commissioner?
Negotiations.
What I want to do, well, I think what we both want to do, because I saw her comments on the form, is if you could talk to the sheriff and ask him to run any labor and personnel issues through our office in order to save some money on the consultant. Because we can do all this stuff in-house. There's no need to additionally fund this type of activity if we can do it already. I mean, that's what I kind of caught. It's 1260 to Clemens and Nelson.
The 1260, if I'm not mistaken, is a previous bill. I
Yes,
can talk
I know.
about.
Oh, I'm not saying
We're not
to
making
accept it.
Okay,
I'm just
Commissioner.
asking that you talk with the sheriff to see if he would be willing to use our in-house staff.
I'm sure that we'll come to some agreement that'll be mutually acceptable. I'll take care of that.
Okay, thanks, Jim.
Yes, Commissioner.
Is that the only one? Is that the only one?
Yes.
Okay.
For me, did you have anything?
No, that was...
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Travel expenses?
So moved.
Go ahead.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Approving bills for payment?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
To authorize various personnel actions as indicated in the summary for employees within the jurisdiction of the Lorain County Commissioners.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
I'd like to issue the following notice to proceed letters for these various projects. The first one will be to Mason Construction Company of Lorain, Ohio, for the Community Development Block Grant Sheffield Township Restroom Renovation Project, effective May 29, 2001. This contract was awarded by Resolution Number 01-378, adopted April 19, 2001. The second one to R&I Construction Incorporated of Tiffin, Ohio, the Peck Wadsworth Road Bridge Number 0565 project in Wellington Township, effective July 1, 2001. This contract was awarded by Resolution Number 01-395, adopted April 26, 2001. The next to Williams Brothers Builders of Elyria, Ohio, for the Engineers Maintenance Garage Addition, effective May 29, 2001. Contract was awarded by Resolution Number 01-383, adopted April 19, 2001. And the last one to Donald Daly, General Contractor of Elyria, Ohio, for the Community Development Block Grant Amherst City Hall Renovation Project, effective May 29, 2001. This contract was awarded by resolution number 01-415, adopted May 3rd, 2001.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
I'd like to authorize salary increase for Richard Schwartz, the magistrate for Lorain Municipal Court, effective retroactive to April 22nd, 2001. The biweekly rate will increase from $839.85 to $884.61, and this amount does reflect the county's two-fifth share.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
I'd like to adopt the Ohio Tuition Trust Authority Program in cooperation with the Board of Commissioners and Lorain County Auditor as a benefit to employees offered through payroll deduction. This will be a way to save for college education with the College Advantage Savings Plan, a no-cost benefit to the employer. I'd like to authorize the county administrator to enter into agreement on behalf of the commissioners and execute same.
Jim, do you want to just give us a little synopsis, please?
Actually, I'd like to defer to Mr. Foat to discuss this program.
Good morning, Jeff. Jeff Foat, our Human Resources Director.
Morning, Commissioners. Good morning, everyone. Jeff Foat, F-O-G-T. Basically what this does, and I'll repeat it, so no cost to the board, just gives us an opportunity to allow the employees to save for tuition for their kids, and it'll give them there's a tax benefit to them by doing it through the payroll deduction. Any questions on it?
So their money isn't locked in this program, correct? They can pull it
Correct.
out?
They can get their money out down the road if for some reason their child decide not to go to school or something, they can get it out without losing any of their principal and recouping part of the interest.
Okay, that's good.
Other questions? Comments? I'll so move.
I'll
Second. Okay.
I'll third.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Thank you, Jeff.
I'd like to amend resolution number 01-442 that was adopted May 10th, 2001, to advertise a notice to bidders for the furnishing of all labor, material, and equipment for the Burley Road or Orphanage Road improvement in Rochester Township. The said amendment is to reflect a change in the publication and bid opening dates. Publication dates will be changed from May 16th and May 23rd to May 21st and the 28th of 2001. The bid opening date will change from May 29th, 2001 at 2 p.m. to June 5th, 2001 at 2 p.m.
Do you know the reason for the changes, Madam Clerk?
Yeah, Yvonne could explain.
Jim does not work Mondays, and we have to deal with on Monday. The engineers change their shift now. He works Tuesday through Friday, so he likes to be able to bid over with us.
Thank you, Yvonne.
So moved.
That's Jim Steele, for those who don't know
Yeah,
who Jim
I'm sorry,
is.
Jim Steele.
He's the business manager at the engineers.
Thank you. Second.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
I'd like to advertise for bids for the following projects. The first for the hot mix resurfacing of Columbia West River Road from Sprague Road South, a distance of 7,650 feet. That's Columbia Township. Estimate of cost, $96,667. And the second one for the cold mix resurfacing a section of Orphanage Road from Stocking Road to State Route 18. That's in Brighton Township. Estimate of cost, $113,654. We published the notice in the Chronicle Telegram and Morning Journal on June 1st and 8th, 2001.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
I'd like to approve a retirement incentive plan for Lorain County Engineers Office.
Mr. Cordez?
Over the past several months, we have been working on various projects with the county engineer, which concluded with issuing a $2 million note for his department to be able to access up to $20 million worth of road improvement projects with a reimbursement. Part of the method we were going to use to pay debt service on the first $2 million while we were waiting for that reimbursement was to look at an early retirement program for some employees within the engineers department. I'm comfortable to say that Mr. Carney's staff has come up with a very viable plan. It will save little less than $500,000 over 2 years and be able to pay considerable debt service on the $2 million, thereby benefiting the residents of Lorain County even further. I have presented you with the plan early in the week, and prior to that I presented you with some anticipated cost savings which were predicated upon the people that we believe may ultimately avail themselves to this program. Once again, we can't guarantee it's a voluntary program, but we believe that those are the folks that will accept the offer to retire early. With that, I believe it's a very good program for the county. It's limited in scope, and it's only for motor vehicle gas tax people, so the ramifications are not widespread for other departments in the county. If you have any questions, I can answer them now.
Thank you. Does the board have questions?
No.
Also move.
I'll second.
Mrs. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mrs. Vacy?
Aye.
I'd authorize Ron Twining, Acting Director for the Lorain County Port Authority, to send out the request for qualifications on Tuesday, May 29th, 2001, to various banks and lending institutions to administer the trust funds for the Lorain County Port Authority. The RFQs will be received until Thursday, June 14th, 2001 at 2 p.m. in the Community Development Department.
Ron, perhaps you'd just like to tell us of your wonderful trip to Columbus on Monday, you and the administrator.
Thank you, Commissioners. Twining, T-W-I-N-I-N-G, Community Development Director. I'm pleased to report to the Board of Commissioners and to the audience that on Monday, County Administrator Jim Cortez and myself and our consultants went to Columbus to the DFAC committee concerning the Port Authority, which I am the acting director for, and we're requesting $500,000 to match $750,000 from County General Fund. That was approved on Monday. We are going back again in June and make a similar request because that's a new fiscal year, and we anticipate that we're very confident, I guess I should say, that that will be approved as well. That will give us $1.5 million of general fund dollars for the Port Authority to do future revenue bonds programs with, matched by the state's $1 million in total. That will give us $2.5 million. At this point, since we have received approval for the first $500,000, we are asking the Board of Commissioners to allow us to go out for RFQs, requests for qualifications. We have identified 6 banks that have trust departments that are of stature and size that we think can tell us their abilities and qualifications in order to administer this portfolio for us, and that's what we're asking today, is to be authorized to send those RFQs out on Tuesday and accept response back no later than 2 o'clock on June 14th. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you, Ron.
Is Buckeye Bank, Lorain National Bank, 2 of the 6, or?
One of those 2 are. We can add and make it 7 if you'd like.
Nah, they're just the only 2 local banks we have left in the county. I'd like to make sure we include them.
If they both have
If they have trust departments, and I think.
Yeah.
I don't
If
know
they both
Buckeye
have
does.
trust departments, we'll call and make sure on that. And if that's the case, we can add, the other bank as well.
Ron, will the Port Authority Board make the decision?
At this point, we're still making those decisions, trying to set it up. The Port Authority, the way we understand the revised code, is to help decide the projects that will come before them. So administratively, we're trying to set things up so that the Port Authority itself can administer these.
Commissioner Vacy, what we anticipate is sometime late in the summer turning over a functioning agency to the named members of the Port Authority. We still have to hire legal and bond counsel to work on Port Authority issues. We also have to go to, it's a terrible burden, but we have to go to New York and make a presentation for a credit rating before Fitch's to get the Port Authority credit rating after we put our bond reserve money into a trust account. Ron and I are volunteering for that arduous trip. So,
Well, Mary Jo and I have already been there, so you could go this time. How about that?
well,
There you go.
There's still several events that have to occur before we turnkey this operation with the Port Authority Board. We needed to name the board early on in the process because we had to have all our paperwork filled out for the applications, but we're simply not ready yet we don't have an agency yet. It's not up and ready to go yet, so we don't have anything to turn over. 60, 90 days more, and we'll have it all complete. At the same time, when we're doing the bond rating and credit rating for the Port Authority, I'm a little bit off the track here, but I thought possibly we may want to look at upping the county's bond rating, credit rating, since we'll be in New York. We may be able to do duplicate duty on that trip. We're with Moody's with the county, but they're just right across the street, so we may be able to do both at the same time, and that would help us when we get ready to do our bond issues for the Justice Center. Plus, one of the issues that you had brought up was taking a look at the self-funding. Commissioner Blair has been also asking me to take a look at self-funding our workers' comp insurance, and we're a notch low. I had thought we were there, but we're a notch low on our credit rating from where we need to be to even start reviewing that issue. So maybe we can get a lot of yardage out of that trip.
Yeah, I talked with John Roxy in regards to our county bond rating. John, you told me there was a specific time that we would have to do this before the Justice Center, the borrowing of the Justice Center, so
Yes,
that we can
Commissioner.
reduce the interest on our borrowing?
That's correct, Commissioner.
When
I've
would
already
that be?
spoken in past months to Moody's, and their suggestion was when we have this Justice Center project pretty well finalized, then to come to them to contact them, which I'd be glad to do. And once that's finalized, we can begin the process, which shouldn't take too long to apply for that rating.
And you're going down in June for the Port Authority?
Well, the Port Authority in June would be to request another $500,000. I need to point out that...
No, I'm talking about bond rating.
Well, the bond rating probably happened in July or August, which would be good timing for what John has indicated. Hopefully we'll be able to... This way, while we're there, the added expense is negligible to go ahead and do that. We'll get some double duty out of the trip. Obviously, we're going to need some of the commissioners to go, if not all the commissioners, to make that presentation also.
I think the last time we went, we brought a witness too. Didn't Piger go with us?
Mr. Piger went from Lorain National Bank.
We will probably, it'll sound like an entourage, but we need a lot of people from the county that are in positions of responsibility to go with us. So the more people we take there, the better our presentation will be before these rating groups.
John, you might think too, there were some other things that when we went down that we didn't have with us, and we had to go back and forth in the mail and everything. I think this time we're going to be a little wiser and know what we need.
I think the way I interpreted, Commissioner, was that we had a really good presentation and it was successful. It's just that the analysts at that time, doing their job, they rigorously grilled us, and they came back and they wanted more follow-up, just to kind of focus on certain areas. And eventually it took about 3.5 months after our trip, but it was successful.
Yes.
So we'll try to put even more into it.
In other words, they earned their keep.
Well,
They earned their keep. That's a good way to put it.
and Mr. Rokas here earned his keep as always. I am going to be putting a proposal before the board very shortly that we entertain the idea of engaging Mr. Conley again to assist us to get ready for our presentation.